There's so many different variations to the Visheti, and this is just one of the many out there. This is Visheti Vietnam Banane, coconut donuts in the number 8. They are so soft and fluffy and really delicious. Definitely one to keep in your recipe book. I started with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'd made a mix of coconut milk with 2 tablespoons of butter. The coconut milk was about 1.5 cups. I added 3 teaspoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, instant yeast. Now slowly add your coconut milk. Don't put it all at once because you might have too much or too little. So you just sort of have to eyeball it. Keep mixing it up until your flour forms a dough that's soft and still slightly sticky. Once this happens, just grease your tin that you're going to be using for it to rise. I used the same one that I'd used to mix, so I just put a little butter, added my dough, covered it, and I set it aside for about 20 minutes. Now, once it rises, you want to punch it down and take it out. Lightly dust your work counter, and then just split your dough in half. Take 1/2 and roll it out to about, I'd say, 30 centimeters. And then cut off little sections. Now, the size of the section will determine how big your Visheti is. So if you want them bigger, cut bigger sections. If you want them smaller, cut smaller sections. Take each piece and then just sort of make a hole in the middle, and using your fingers just roll. You want to try and make sort of a tube shape. So try and get it as round as you can, because this determines how neat your Visheti look in the end. I struggled a bit with this one. It was being a bit unruly. But once you've made the cylinder shape, then just twist it to make a number 8. And keep repeating until you're done with all your pieces, like so. Next, we're going to make our syrup. So I used a cup of sugar and 3/4 cups of water. Added a little fresh cardamom, and you want to just bring to a light boil. Now, fry your Visheti until they're golden brown. I let them rise a second time once they were the number 8 for about 10 minutes. Don't let them rise too long because then they start splitting. And then just drain on a kitchen towel. By now your sugar syrup should be nice and thick. Add your Visheti to your sugar syrup and coat them evenly. Now if you want the coating to be sort of a crystal sugar, then just cook the sugar syrup longer. And then when you start to coat them in the sugar, it should end up with a thicker sugar. I will make a tutorial for that. And that's kind of it. These Visheti hold well for about 2 days. They'll stay nice. After the 3rd day, they probably wouldn't be as nice, but I haven't gone to 3 days yet, so I can't really tell you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Do hit subscribe if you haven't. And as always, happy cooking!